course it's raining, even though it's barely above freezing. We get to have rain again. What a surprise. And of course, you know, it wasn't raining all day, and then when I go outside, of course it starts raining. And of course it's not going to stop raining the whole time. It's not going to stop raining until sunrise. So, you know, that's exactly what you can expect if you're me and you're cursed. So anyway, I'm right at the spot where I showed up all that time ago on my stream when I was listening to music and I was swinging. Right there. This is a playground right at the edge of the forest. And, is it blurry or it just looks like that, I wonder? I think it just looks like that, yeah. That looks really cool, though, the umbrella. It's actually not bad. When the umbrella's in this shot, it looks cool, so that's good, because I kind of have to have it in the shot. Or it just shows up when it's windy. It just, like, blows around. It's really annoying. Oh my god, that rabbit just raced across. That freaked me out. God. Rabbits are so much less afraid of me than I am of them. Sometimes I feel like, because they scare the fuck out of me by just racing in my eye line, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And it's just rabbits. They're just like, I thought the transmission is unstable due to a weak network connection. Oh my god. I don't know what to do about that at all. It happens indoors and outdoors, apparently. That's so funny. I was streaming here just fine, but with this other hotspot, it's so much worse. It's really unstable. In a way, it shouldn't be, but it's like, I shouldn't have that speed in the first place, though, because I'm not paying for unlimited high-speed data. Obviously, in Canada, you can't have that plan, so when I had to switch back to a Canadian plan, it's 30 gigabytes of high-speed data, and then the rest of it is max 512 kbps, which is, the max obviously is usually lower than the max. It's not going to be the max the whole time, or ever. It feels like it's usually not. So, I don't know if it ever is. Maybe. Rarely. I don't know why they can't just put it at the max, because that's so incredibly slow. How do they care if it's like slightly faster so that photos will actually load, you know, and like Twitter will load? Because sometimes I can't even get the most basic shit to load. And I'm trying to like look up hours for something or look up information, and I can't even look up information about something because it's so incredibly slow and it just takes forever. Anyway, what am I saying? So yeah, this one, it's public mobile. So I'm using my other phone's hotspot for this phone, and that's how I've been streaming. But indoors, I think it's more unstable, but it's still unstable here apparently. I don't know. It might also be because it's the top of the hill, and I've always had really sketchy connection up here. Like all up here, like in this whole entire area, just like anywhere near the hill, it's just so unstable. So it's always been a problem. Kind of forgot about that. I was like, is this going to be like the same thing as being inside the fucking house? Even though the speed is like 46 bops. And I speed tested it. And it's like really good speed on the hotspot. Which again, you're not supposed to have. You're not supposed to have high speed. But I figured it out just coincidentally. Because sometimes it's actually the same. It's really slow. But if you like keep turning it on and off, I find like you just fiddle around, it usually will get faster. And sometimes it's pretty slow, but it's still, it's still fast enough to watch YouTube and stuff. It's just not that fast sometimes, but it's still fast enough. And it's definitely faster than it's supposed to be on the hotspot, but not the main phone. It's never going to be fast on the actual phone, which is very annoying. But at least it's way better than nothing, because then I wouldn't even have internet access at all, except for the super slow speed internet. And I just happened to find out when I was running long distance on a misty, moonlit morning at like 2 in the morning or sometime. Well, it was a few hours, so I don't remember when I started, but I know I was out there for a few hours. It was still dark when I came back. And what am I saying? Oh, God. Oh, right, the hotspot. So I had 2 phones. Why did I have 2 phones? I don't even know. Because my Google Pixel, that was my Google Pixel, had the eSIM. That's how I started using public mobiles. Actually, this Google Pixel had an eSIM, and then I switched to a SIM card in my other phone. But of course I can put the SIM card in this phone if I want. I just don't do that. But the SIM card is in the other phone, and it's a different plan, but it's similar. And yeah, so this phone, I can't use the USB dongle to have earphones. So that's why I had to take it out, and that's why I switched to the other phone. Because the Samsung USB dongle actually works. Like, you can try to use it with the Google Pixel, but it will violently ear rape you just out of nowhere, and the connection is worse. It's just a really bad idea. It's just such an absolutely terrible experience. It's pretty much useless, so I would not recommend. But the Google Pixel 4 anyway, it doesn't seem to accept a USB dongle for earphones. At least the one I have, which I bought like the most expensive one, it feels like, on Amazon, or at least one of the more expensive ones. So I have no comprehension of why it sucks so bad. It seems to have also fucked with my Samsung now, and that now it's also ear raping me sometimes on my Samsung, where it's just like staticky and not working properly, and it's disconnecting and reconnecting weirdly. So it's like I can't do anything right, apparently. Like, it's supposed to do one thing, it can't do the one job it has. So I don't know what to do about that. Now I have to fucking try to get a different one, I guess, because the expensive one I bought isn't good enough. And it's like, okay, why do I have to go through all this trauma just to listen to music? And they discontinued iPods. So it's just insane. Capitalism is so bad. It's so terrible. It ruins everything. It turns everything to shit. It's not good at all. There's no defense for it. Like, capitalism took away the headphone jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, it took away the headphone jack. That's what capitalism did. And now we have fucking useless, shitty ear rape USB dongles that will literally give you a horrible experience if you're trying to use earphones with your phone that doesn't allow that. Also, when it was raining and I was running, because it started fucking raining, of course, while I was running, even though it was snowing earlier. And then when I was running, and it's supposed to be colder, obviously, because it's like, at that point, it was like 3 in the morning, and it was raining. It started fucking raining on me at like, not even 3, it was like 4 in the morning. It started like raining. And then my phone got so wet that it had the wet USB port thing, so it wouldn't let me use the headphone dongle anymore. And I literally couldn't listen to music except on the speakers, which was awful, obviously. And I had to hold the phone and try to hear the music on the speaker. It's ridiculous. So bad. And that's what happens when you don't have a headphone jack. And total dog shit. So hopefully this is still transmitting, because I can't tell if it disconnects or not, because sometimes it pixelates and sometimes it straight up just disconnects. So I don't know which one it's doing. Like when it says transmission is unstable, does that mean it just disconnected and everything that I'm saying just disappears into the void? I'm not sure. I'll have to play it back, I guess. But yeah, it is actually a miracle how I realized the hotspot is usually way faster. For some reason, it's like some sort of illegal life hack. So, actually, I still have unlimited high-speed data. It's just not on my actual phone. I have to use a hotspot for it. And I was running, and then I opened Twitch. I started, oh my god, what if I'm only getting this in the middle of the countryside? Because I was in the countryside. And it was like 3 a.m. But no, it just works. Except it doesn't work as well, I guess, as AT&T, when I could just use the SIM card in a phone and it was unlimited high-speed data. Obviously, that was a better experience. Even though the speed should be fast enough and it shouldn't be doing this low bit rate disconnecting whatever the fuck bullshit. It should not be actually doing this because the speed theoretically should be more than enough. So the fact that it won't let me stream properly and it keeps disconnecting me and shit is so aggravating. Although I do remember having the same problem with AT&T as well. Indoors, not outside, just indoors. And I'm not sure how this is working exactly. I'm not sure if I've ever streamed off a hotspot outside. I'm not sure. Indoors, I've done it and it sucks, but then I remember actually, yeah, it never worked indoors for some reason. In a store, yes, but in the house for some reason, it just never works properly. It has never worked properly for me. Like, streaming in the house is cursed. That fucking piece of shit place is cursed. I can't do it. Like, it'll just constantly drop and disconnect and shit. Just, there's nothing I can do about it. I'll just have to accept it as part of life. Anyway, this is where I was sitting, right here on the toddler swing. And then Casper's right there on the other swing at one point, swinging and talking. And I didn't realize, and because I was listening to music the whole time, I didn't realize that they were actually just talking to me the whole time. And at least for some of the time, I thought they were talking on the phone with someone. They were talking to me, and I didn't even realize it. Oh my god. 19% battery. Oh. So that's how long it's gonna last. It's gonna last 15 minutes. Holy shit. I mean, it already dropped charge just because it was on for a few minutes in the house, and then I plugged it back in, and it only charged to like 83%. So I wasn't starting out from 100, but holy shit, starting out from like 83%, and it's already at 19% after literally 14 minutes. That's like the worst battery ever. Holy shit, it's so bad. So anyway, I guess I don't have to worry about holding my umbrella and the phone at the same time because it's gonna die soon anyway. But at least I talked about Casper the Friendly Ghost. Right, and the whole thing with that is the stream is there. It's a VOD, and I made a clip of it. And if you click on the clip, you can watch the clip. Oh no, it's gonna die almost immediately. Okay, whatever. So if you click on the clip, it'll take you to the VOD. It'll say play full video, and you can go through that for the VOD. Very easy. And the crazy thing is that I was talking about how I was scared to be swinging at the edge of this forest. And I was looking into the darkness of the forest. And it was like 2 or something in the morning. I was on Discord voice chat. And I was saying, I'm afraid of ghosts coming out. But if it were a friendly ghost, like Casper the Friendly Ghost, I wouldn't mind. And like a year later, I get that on my stream. Like, someone literally shows up and introduces themselves as Casper the Friendly Ghost. And since it was like a year later, I don't think they heard me. I don't think they were actually listening when I was saying that, because it was like a year ago. There's no way. It's just some insane coincidence of the universe. Some really weird... It's got like this strange supernatural element, but at the same time, that was a real person, right? Like, I don't think I filmed a ghost. I don't think I caught a ghost on my live stream. Pretty sure that was like a real person. But the crazy thing is, their name is Casper, and they introduce themselves as like the ghost, but not like they're literally a ghost, but like they have the same name as the friendly ghost called Casper. I don't know. It's too crazy to comprehend. And I've been looking for them ever since, but obviously no luck. Oh, it's one of the worst disappointments of my life. It's like the craziest thing. That's actually like not terrible. Like that's the best crazy thing that's happened to me that I could ever imagine. I don't think there's any better story that I have. So I would love to see them again for sure. I've been trying. I've been coming out here. No, nothing. Even sitting on the swing, hoping they'll show up, but so far nothing. Not that I've been doing it that often. I'm really unreliable for stuff in general. My phone will die at any moment. Whatever, I don't care. It's not like anyone's watching anyway, so there is no big loss there, you could say. I guess, I don't know. Should I go get my earphones? I don't feel like it. I don't know. I forgot my earphones. Whatever. It's gonna be quiet anyway. I can just play stuff on my speaker on my phone. I'll play the Voice of the Report of the Week podcast. I'll listen to the Report of the Week from many years ago. I'm still working on it from many years ago because there's so many episodes, and I kind of play them as I'm falling asleep a lot, and then I just fall asleep within the first few minutes of lying down. So it doesn't even, play very long. So I'm making really limited progress, I would say. But yeah, there's fucking rain. It's so cool. Oh, was that Bob Tooze? Did you show up right before my phone's about to die and the stream's gonna die? That's funny, if that's you. I don't know who else it would be. That's what he said, that his computer sometimes plays my stream. Or his phone? I thought it was like a computer setup, like automatically having my stream play if I'm live. Because it usually says I have one viewer, but there's no chat messages. So I was just assuming that would be from his computer or something. I don't know how he's living his life. Maybe it is his phone and I'm just... Because obviously you wouldn't have a computer in your car. If it's playing from his car, then it's a phone. But it's so confusing. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't matter. Why do I think about the wrong stuff? I need to think about the right stuff. And that's how you succeed in life, is you think about the right stuff and you don't get caught up in the pointless shit. Like, who's watching me but not chatting is kind of pointless to think about anyway. Because, like, what does it matter, I guess? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter unless it's some sort of, like, serial killer, I guess. I don't know, just, like, watching where I'm going on my stream, trying to track me down. I guess that's kind of creepy. That's not kind of creepy. That's extremely terrifying. That's not kind of creepy. Ooh, there's another rabbit. Oh, there's a second one. Interesting. So what really upsets me is how little time the lights, the holiday lights actually are on. And there's like a few of them I've seen, but mostly they're already off. And it's not even 1 a.m. yet. Like, whatever, bitch. Just leave them on. It's dark. Why not? It's so depressing without the lights. The lights add so much. And there's no snow. It's just cold and wet and fucking raining and dark. it's like the worst possible environment for me to walk around in. It's so depressing. And that's just, I just always find myself in the most depressing situations. It's just like, that's when I'm outside. I just always end up outside at these times. And I took a walk in the same sort of vibe, but it wasn't raining, but it was so cold. And I was really just completely thoroughly soaked in the cold air. I don't know why I would say soaked, but it felt like I was literally soaked in the cold. Like it was into the very core of my being, like my entire body and my soul and everything were just frozen and shivering. It was like just a thorough, completely ice cold feeling. Yeah, so it took a long time to warm up, and I was just shivering inside for a long time until I got back in bed. That was probably when I actually warmed up, but I couldn't warm up before then. I was too cold. Anyway, and then it was dark, but then the sun did actually come up while I was walking, and then it was really nice, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, is this what it looks like when it's actually light out? Why am I always outside in the dark? It's so much nicer when it's light out, because there's no snow on the ground, or there's very little snow, so it doesn't look nice. It looks dark and depressing and cold and shitty and wet. It's fucking raining. I mean, it looks nice in the dark in the winter because of snow. And if there isn't any snow, it's gonna look like shit, and it just looks like shit.